Huge shout out and thank you to Austin from Austin Miniatures for sending their entire range of 1/32 scale figures along with this prototype for their new game Red Jungle, available now on Kickstarter. There is a short on my channel that details the process for painting this particular figure, so be sure to go over and check that out after you're done with this video. The game itself looks like it blends historical battles with science and technology and fantasy and even horror elements to create a really fun and engaging experience that has a little bit of something for everyone. I've posted a link to the Kickstarter in the description below so you can head over there and read through all the details yourself and make a decision on whether or not you want to back the project. But for now, I want to dive back into the world of 1/32 scale and take a closer look at all of these great looking figures. Without harping on it too much, as it's pretty common with most of these softer plastics, all of the gun barrels do come out of the bags pretty bent up. Thankfully though, indirect heat or hot water can easily re-straighten the barrels, but I understand that a lot of people might find this a bit off-putting. So real talk for a second guys, I'm using indirect heat over an open flame in this example, which is incredibly dangerous and not something you should do unsupervised. The hot water method is definitely the safer method, but you still have to be careful with that too because it is hot water and you can burn yourself. After you have the barrel straightened, you're going to dip it directly into cold water, even room temperature is fine, and it will immediately re-solidify the plastic, and boom, your barrels will be straight. But please be careful. With that quick safety disclaimer out of the way, let's take a look at the Cowboy set number 1. We'll start off with this figure that I painted on the channel. You might recognize it from my shorts. He certainly resembles a character from certain Western films, but I have been told by my legal department that that is not accurate and did not repeat that claim. Each of these figures is really unique. Every one has different weapons, which is really cool. They're all wearing different outfits. They all have different hats. And from a painter's perspective, that's very exciting to see so many different materials like denim and leather and wood and metal to practice on. There's also very minimal mold and seam line cleanup, which makes getting into the painting process a lot faster, which if you've been watching the channel, you know I love because I hate doing all that extra cleanup. A few of the figures do have gaps where the arms meet the torso, but a little bit of gap fill can easily fill those up if they bother you. Each of the figures also has a ton of personality and some really great movement, like the cloak on this particular figure. Overall, I am incredibly impressed with these figures. There's a ton of movement, the historical and fictional references are spot on, and they just look fantastic when paired up against each other in a little shootout. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about these guys? Is there anything that bothers you? Do you like them? Are you going to pick up a set for yourself? Yeah, can't wait to hear what your thoughts are. Next, we're going to look at this 6-figure set of Pacific Theater U.S. Marines. This is set number 1 of 2. Just like the Cowboys, each one of these soldiers is unique. They're all holding different weapons and in different dynamic poses. Overall, I really only have 2 criticisms for this set. The first being that I don't like that the hand is detached from the wrist in this figure, and that I don't really love the shoulder placement of this figure. Just the way it sort of bends up at the elbow there is kind of awkward. For the most part though, the figures feel very realistic and I can really feel the weight on everyone. This particular figure with the running pose here has a great facial expression. He's one of my favorites in the bunch. And this one just has an incredible loadout, just so much gear on his back, so much detail to paint. Set 2 really feels like an expansion of set number 1 with more weapon loadouts and additional firing poses. The biggest difference between set 1 and 2 is that 2 of the figures in this set have holes in their back with options for backpacks that you can swap out. One of those being a radio and the other a backpack with a shovel attached to it. There is also a very minor color discrepancy between the two, with the first set being more of like a US olive drab and this set being more of a caramel color. The color difference doesn't bother me, but it is noticeable when you put them side by side. It's also worth mentioning that every figure in this set is in a standing and firing pose, and each of them has a different loadout, which is nice. They also have some pretty dramatic faces, and I really like this guy's upturned lip. He looks very serious, like he's ready to get down to business. And last but not least, we arrive at the Japanese set. I don't know if this is foreshadowing, but it does say set number 1, so hopefully we'll see an additional set follow up this one with some more poses and maybe some more weapon loadouts. This set contains 3 figures with bayonets affixed to their rifles, as well as 1 figure with his gunto raised above his head and a small firearm in his opposite hand. It also contains 1 figure with a Type 96, or maybe it's a Type 99 light machine gun in his hand, also with the bayonet affixed. This figure reminds me a lot of the Toy Soldiers of San Diego branded figure in a very similar pose. This figure also has a deformed right eye from the production process, but I painted it to look like it was a bandage covering it, which I think is a nice little workaround, considering it's not perfect. And I just want to let you know that I do have shorts up on my channel that show you how I paint one of each of these figures to give you some ideas and some inspiration. I just painted the one that looks like Clint Eastwood from the Cowboy set so far, but I do intend to do the others. The Pacific Theater camouflage on the helmets I think turned out really great. I'm a big fan of this color scheme overall, and I intend to do the entire set and do a future video on what those all look like, so be on the lookout for that. I've already got a long format video on how to paint Japanese uniforms up on my channel, but the audio is a little bit low on that, but I'll put a link to it in the description so you can check it out if you want to. And lastly, before I go, I want to remind you all to like the video if you have not already. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. And above all else, share this with your dad. I think he'd really like it. Special thank you again to Austin Miniatures for sending me all this stuff to share with you guys. They are excellent figures and they are an awesome company. Head over to their Kickstarter and check out everything they're doing with Red Jungle and maybe give them some support. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one.